Hello, my name's Phil Grabsky. I'm the executive producer of Exhibition on Screen and the director of Edward Hopper, An American Love Story. This is a film that I really do hope you come and see in the cinema where it's best seen. It's a film that's taken me, well, about 4 years to complete, but particularly the last 2 years has been very, very busy on this film. And I have to say, it's rather good. It's rather smashing. Edward Hopper is undoubtedly one of the giants of American art and perhaps world art over the last 100 years. His art is certainly well known, even if his name sometimes isn't so well known to some. But if you think of an image like Nighthawks, which is our poster image, that's a very, very famous image, and an image which has influenced so many filmmakers throughout the world subsequently. He's one of those artists that is so cinematic that cinema directors have been encouraged to copy and be influenced by him. Alfred Hitchcock. Now there's a very good example. If you think of that eerie, spooky house in Psycho, well, Hitchcock admitted he'd copied that from one of Hopper's paintings. In fact, in the film, you can see Hopper pointing at the house and kind of smirking to the camera. This was part of his acknowledgement that this was a direct copy of House on the Hill, an Edward Hopper painting. I think Edward Hopper is one of those artists that needs a fresh and vital and really in-depth look at who he was and the period in which he lived. He spent about 6 months of the year in New York, a city I know well, but also up the coast on what is known as Cape Cod. Some of those pictures and drawings and watercolours and oils are not so well known, but they're absolutely stunning, of the countryside, of lighthouses, of houses. Particular interest for him was houses. You will perhaps know that Hopper, while others were painting New York, for example, as full of people and noise and smells, and that's not the world of Hopper. Hopper's world is almost absent of individuals. Many people associate Hopper with loneliness and isolation. There's much more to it than that. He's not afraid of saying that there's nothing wrong with solitude. He's also said famously, "I would like nothing better than just to paint sunlight on the side of a house." He's a master painter. An absolutely fascinating biography too. His wife, Jo, has been rather overlooked in history. Some relatively recently discovered diaries detail in very much detail their lives together. We, I think, are the first film to really be able to quote from them. Hopper himself too, people think of him as being rather monosyllabic, somebody that doesn't talk very much, somebody who's rather glum, rather miserable even. Well, again, we scoured the archives and we found a lot of Hopper's talks and radio interviews, newspaper interviews, television interviews. He's actually very articulate, very deep thinking, and at times really quite funny. I think that this may be one of the more surprising, exciting and rewarding exhibitions on screen that you've seen. It's our 33rd feature film, can you believe it? I hope you've seen them all. If not, of course, Ferment in Poland will be consistently bringing back encore screenings. And you can always request of them to show again the Monet, the Van Gogh, the Rembrandt, the Michelangelo, the Leonardo, the Raphael. There are so many. For more information about where you can see this particular film across Poland, do visit the website www.KinoMaestro.pl, KinoMaestro.pl. Apologies that I have to speak in English. Hopefully, for those of you who don't speak English, this has all been very well subtitled. And once again, I really do encourage you to make your way to the cinema, bring your friends, bring your family, bring anyone you can. Just bring them and enjoy what I think is a very powerful film by, for me, one of history's great artists. Thank you.